When I went to pick up my daughter from school, the teacher said, "Your ex-wife already picked her up." My blood turned to ice as I sat in my car in the pickup line. My ex-wife is in prison. Miss Castillo was still smiling, holding her clipboard like this was completely normal. She had the custody paperwork and everything. Said you two worked out a new arrangement. I gripped the steering wheel until my knuckles went white. That's impossible. My ex-wife Tara has been in federal prison for 18 months, and I have full custody. Our daughter Nora hasn't seen her since the trial. I fumbled for my phone and showed Miss Castillo the custody order, the one that explicitly states I'm the sole guardian, the one that has Tara's mugshot attached for security purposes. The teacher's face drained of color. Oh my god, but she knew Nora's middle name, her birthday, what she had for lunch yesterday. She had documents. I was already dialing 911 while running toward the main office. The principal met us at the door, and within minutes, 3 police cars were in the parking lot. The security office was cramped and smelled like burnt coffee. The principal pulled up footage from today, and there she was, a woman in a surgical mask and sunglasses, signing Nora out. The way she walked, the gestures, even how she tucked her hair behind her ear. It looked exactly like my ex-wife Tara, but Tara was locked up 3 states away. I called the prison while the detective reviewed more footage. After 12 agonizing minutes on hold, a guard confirmed it. Tara is still in her cell. My hands were shaking now as I watched the woman on screen lead my 8-year-old daughter to a white Toyota Camry. Nora was laughing, swinging her backpack, completely trusting this stranger. The detective zoomed in on the license plate. Rental car, paid cash this morning under the name Roxanne. Then he pulled up traffic cameras. The car had driven north toward the interstate. Every second that passed felt like a knife twisting deeper. The detective's phone rang. "We've got them on I-95, heading toward the state line." I was already running to my car when the principal shouted, "Wait, we found something else." She held up the sign-out form. The handwriting was perfect, identical to Tara's, but there was a phone number I didn't recognize. The number belonged to a burner phone purchased yesterday at a gas station 40 miles away. While the detective ran a trace, I called Tara's lawyer, the one who defended her and lost. "Has Tara been in contact with anyone unusual?" I asked. There was a pause, and then came the shocking revelation. Actually, yes. She mentioned her cellmate got released last month, Diane Watts. They were close. Too close if you ask me. Tara was always talking about how Diane understood her, how they were going to stay in touch. The detective's fingers flew across his keyboard. Diane Watts. Armed robbery, forgery, assault. Released 4 weeks ago. Her parole officer hadn't heard from her in 2 weeks. Then the pieces clicked. The detective pulled up Diane's booking photo and held it next to the security footage. Same height, same build. She studied Tara for 10 months in that cell and replicated her mannerisms perfectly, he muttered. My phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. "If you want to see Nora again, wire $50,000 to this account. You have 2 hours. No police, or she disappears forever." Attached was a photo of Nora eating ice cream, still in her school uniform, looking happy but confused. The detective was already coordinating with state police, but I knew what this really was. This wasn't random. This was Tara, orchestrating everything from her cell, using Diane as her weapon. They tracked Roxanne down to a motel, but the ride there made me feel so nervous that I threw up twice. Through the walls of her room, we heard Diane on the phone with Tara in prison. "The kid keeps asking questions. You said he'd pay immediately." Tara's voice was cold. "Stop being weak. He destroyed my life. Now we destroy his." When officers moved in, Diane saw them and grabbed Nora, pulling her inside. "Tara promised me 50,000. She said you had millions hidden," she screamed through the door. The negotiator stepped forward, but I pushed past him. "Diane, she's using you. There's no money. I barely have enough to get by as is." Silence, then sobbing. For 20 minutes we waited while Diane fell apart inside. Nora's small voice asking why Aunt Diane was crying, why the police were outside, where was Daddy. Finally the door opened. Diane stood there, mascara streaming, holding the forged papers Tara had spent months teaching her to create. Every detail perfect, because Tara had coached her through 10 months of shared prison meals, yard time, lights out whispers. Diane got 15 years. Tara got another 20 years added to her sentence and moved to maximum security. Nora's in therapy now, but she's okay.